You're looking at the Ninja Nutri Ninja Pro blender, expecting pro-level performance. But before you spend your money, I'm going to reveal the three massive problems nobody is talking about. This is the honest review that could save you from a frustrating purchase. For the best price, click the link in the description. But here's what surprised me. This blender has a near-perfect 4.7-star rating on Amazon. Therefore, you'd think it's flawless. The marketing promises 900 watts of power to extract hidden nutrients. It comes with to-go cups, and it can crush ice and frozen fruit. So what could possibly be wrong? The contrarian snapback is that those stars are hiding some deal-breaking flaws that become apparent after just a few weeks of real use. I bought it, I used it daily, and I'm here to give you the unfiltered truth. This isn't about hating on Ninja. It's about saving you from buyer's remorse. So let's dive into the first major problem that hits you right out of the box. The first promise is power. 900 watts sounds like a beast, right? It should pulverize anything. Therefore, you toss in some frozen berries, a banana, and some spinach for a healthy smoothie. You press the button and, wow, it is loud. We're talking wake up the neighbors, scare the dog loud. That's not the problem, though. The problem is that this power feels unfocused. It has a hard time with vortex. The ingredients just spin at the top. You have to stop and shake the cup like a cocktail mixer. That's manual labor I didn't sign up for. For a pro device, it struggles with the basics. It's like having a sports car that can only drive in first gear. Sure, the engine is big, but if it can't get the wheels moving properly, what's the point? This leads directly to our second and more serious issue. Remember the promise of vitamin and nutrient extraction. The whole selling point is breaking down stems, seeds, and skins for hidden nutrition. But here's the gritty truth. The consistency is often disappointing. You'll get a smoothie, but you'll also get tiny, gritty chunks. I'm talking bits of spinach that feel like sand, little berry seeds that survive the apocalypse, and a general lack of that creamy, perfectly smooth texture. If you're using it for nut butters or anything dense, forget it. The motor base starts to smell like an overheated plastic factory. It gets hot to the touch. That's your cue to stop before you burn out the motor. So much for pro performance. It's a bit of a blender diva, high maintenance and temperamental. Why did the smoothie file a police report? It got blended without its consent. The real crime here is the texture. Therefore, let's talk about longevity, which is the third and most critical problem. This is where the Amazon reviews get really telling. You have to read between the lines of those 5-star ratings. Look for the 3-star and lower reviews. People report the blades becoming dull surprisingly fast. Others say the plastic cups develop cracks around the base after a few months. The silicone seal on the lid can warp. Suddenly, that renewed version in the product description makes sense. There are a lot of these coming back. It feels built for initial wow, not for a marathon. You're buying a sprinter for a cross-country race. It might win the first few laps, but it won't finish the season. This is the core of my warning. Are you buying an appliance or a disposable gadget? But wait, let's be fair. It's not all doom and gloom. The convenience factor is high. The twist-on spout lids are genuinely great for on-the-go use. Cleaning the blades is easier than a full-sized blender pitcher. For single-serve smoothies with soft fruits, it can do the job. And if you get it on a deep sale, the value proposition changes. However, can do the job is a far cry from professional performance. That's the gap between marketing and reality. It's a competent personal blender, but the pro in its name is doing some very heavy lifting. It's like calling a scooter a pro commuter vehicle. Technically true, but you're not winning any races. Therefore, who is this actually for? If you are a smoothie newbie who will use it occasionally with mostly fresh, soft ingredients and value portability above all else, and you find it under $50, you might be satisfied. But if you want true power, consistent silky smooth results, durability, and the ability to handle daily heavy-duty tasks like crushing ice regularly, making nut milks, or blending fibrous greens completely. This is not your machine. You will be disappointed. You'll be left shaking a cup, smelling burning plastic, and shopping for a replacement within a year. That's the honest truth the rating doesn't show you. So, what's the resolution? My final verdict is cautious avoidance for most people. The Ninja Nutri Ninja Pro suffers from an identity crisis. It promises professional power, but delivers mediocre consistency and questionable long-term reliability. The high volume and overheating are red flags. It's the perfect example of specs on paper not matching real-world performance. In the world of blenders, it's all torque and no traction. Why did the Ninja go to therapy? It had an identity crisis and couldn't process its feelings. Look, your blender shouldn't need therapy. It should just blend. Therefore, your next step is clear. If you still want to gamble on it for the portability, or if this review somehow convinced you it's perfect for your limited needs, I've done the legwork for you. For the absolute best price on Amazon, whether new or renewed, click the link in the description below. That link supports this channel at no extra cost to you and lets me make these honest reviews. But my strong suggestion: keep looking. Consider investing in a more robust personal blender from brands like Vitamix or Blendtec for their personal cup systems, or even a higher wattage Ninja model without the Pro label that might have a better design. Your smoothies, your ears, and your wallet will thank you in the long run. Don't just buy the hype, buy the performance. Click the link in the description now to check the latest price, but do so with your eyes wide open to these problems.